Chapter 30, Part 4. The last video we explained about what demand is, and based on price, customers will demand so many products or quantity. If the price is high, the quantity demanded will be low, and if the price is low, the quantity demanded will be quite high. So other factors that affect the demand curve are also income. So depending on the customer's income level, obviously they can afford certain prices, either more or less than others, depending on the population. So the demand will be high if there's more people looking for it. Advertising, so if the business advertises a lot more, the awareness is out there, maybe their logo or their branding will appeal to customers, and then there'll be more of a demand for the product. Fashion, again, if there's a trend for a certain type of product, if you think about at the moment vegan friendly or meat-free burgers, things like that, obviously then it's going to create a higher demand for those products. The price of substitute products, so if there is other products in the market that would substitute for it, if they're similar or cheaper, that will reduce the demand for the current product. So if you hear this example, if the price of Pepsi fell, then maybe people might go for another product. Well, if the price they're saying here, if the price of Coca-Cola fell, demand for Pepsi would fall as consumers would buy Coca-Cola instead of Pepsi. So because Coca-Cola is cheaper. Interest rates. So if you look at this example here, the interest rates on mortgages increased, then people wouldn't have as much disposable income or money left for discretionary items, so going to the cinema or things that they could do without. So the demand for cinema tickets would go down, obviously. The price of complementary goods. So if you think about your game consoles and the games that you play with them, so if the price of the games went up, then maybe you wouldn't be able to get the console, or vice versa. As we're saying here, if the consoles go up, obviously you're not going to buy the games. Okay, so moving on. So complementary goods will be in joint demand to what the product goes with. So the next part we're going to look at will be supply, but before that we will just see what exceptions there might be. So the general rule, remember, is demand will be high if price is low. Excuse me. But the exceptions will be if something is in high demand, really needed. So if you think about medication that people really need, they'll pay whatever price for that. The price won't be a factor. If there's only one supplier of the products, remember we talked about what a monopoly is. And if there's only one supplier, then that product can be, the business can charge whatever they want for that product. So again, if you think about bus tickets and railway tickets, they can be quite high because there's no alternative. And even if things are more attractive, consumers will buy it, to have these luxury items, or if there are any addictive products. So we'll look at supply the next day, just to recap on that and take down your notes, study them, and to do page 214 in your activity book. In the next video, we will correct the activities that you've done.